for pre-need, funerals, burials, or cremations since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Memorial service for Mr. Zachary Winkle, age 28 of Childersburg, is this afternoon at 12:30 from Alabama National Cemetery. Mr. Winkle died Saturday at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Mr. James Madison Jimmy Hare, age 90 of Sylacauga, died Thursday at his residence. Funeral service Saturday at 2 p.m. from First United Methodist Church in Sylacauga. Visitation at the church 1 till 2 prior to the service. Burial in the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Betty Rose Smith, age 83 of Sylacauga, is today at 2 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home, Brother Donnie Blackman officiating. Burial in the Talladega Springs Cemetery. Mrs. Smith died July 4th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Visitation today, noon until 2 at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Clara May Seals, age 71, is Saturday at 1 p.m. from Mount Zion CME Church, with the Reverend Floral Alexander officiating. Burial in the Mount Zion CME Church Cemetery. Visitation today from 2 till 8 o'clock at the funeral home. Mrs. Seals died July 2nd at Grandview Medical Center in Birmingham. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home, directing. Ann S. Wright, age 62, died July 5th. Talladega Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. And Terry Mackey, age 70, died July 4th. Talladega Funeral Home also will announce the funeral arrangements. William Lawrence Hazel, age 49, died July 5th at Citizens BMC. Funeral service 11 a.m. Saturday at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega. The Reverend Kevin Jones officiating. The family receiving friends tonight, 6 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Hazel was the general manager of Talladega Grand Prix Raceway and an avid kayaker and fisherman. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Mr. Robert L. Green, Jr., age 34, will be Saturday at 11 a.m. from Pine Grove Baptist Church in Sylacauga, with the Reverend Clifton Cook officiating. Burial in the Pine Grove Church Cemetery. Visitation at the funeral home today from 2 until 8. Mr. Green died July 2nd in Sylacauga. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Maudine Dyson Elliott Dean, age 92, died July 6th at Brookwood Citizens BMC in Talladega. Funeral service will be 2 o'clock Saturday at Ursery Funeral Home Chapel in Talladega, with the Reverend Robert Klutz officiating. Burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. Visitation prior to the service, 12:30 until 2 at the funeral home. Now, Mrs. Dean was involved in her church, and Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega will direct that service. Online condolences offered at urseryfuneralhome.com. She was WMU president and president of her Sunday school class. Loved spending time with her family, and she attended Clay County High School and achieved perfect attendance for 12 years of school, and graduated salutatorian. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, directing that service. Ola F. Churchill, age 95, died June 29th. A memorial service to celebrate Ms. Ola's life will be held Sunday, July 9th at First Baptist Church in Talladega. Pastor Robert Klotz officiating. In lieu of flowers, donation can be made to the First Baptist Church in Talladega, P.O. Box 696, Talladega 35161. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, directing. Bonnie Billingsley, age 61, died July the 6th. Funeral arrangements to be announced later by Terry's Mortuary. Online condolences at terrysmortuary.com. And funeral service for Mr. Benny Joe Jackson, age 76 of Rockford, will be Sunday at 2 p.m. From the chapel of Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City, Brother Jim Martin, along with Brother Joseph Briggs Macon, will officiate burial in the Hackneyville Cemetery. The family will receive friends Sunday from 1 until 2 at the funeral home. Mr. Jackson died Sunday, July 2nd, at his residence. He was a veteran of the U.S. Navy. Memorial message may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City with the arrangements. That's a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Since 1975, Curtis & Son Funeral Home has been meeting the needs of people in the Coosa Valley area and their families. 256-245-4361 for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremations. It's Curtis & Son Funeral Home. 256-245-4361, Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.